Hey, welcome to another episode of Becoming a Techno Wizard. I can barely see myself, but I think the lighting is okay. Um, the sun is glancing off the screen, but it's all right. So this episode is gonna be short, for real this time. Hopefully, maybe 10 minutes. Just want to show my portfolio. All right. So I talked a little bit about the fact that I completely revamped my entire portfolio the last week. So I'm gonna show that, and I'm working on it on Webflow right now. But yeah, here's what I got so far. So I'm kind of not twisted, but what's the word I'm looking for here? I'm going back and forth between if I should use this kind of style or do something more like this. I do think this is very catchy. Um, I got this from BigCommerce. They have like my friend I told you all about Carrie. Thanks, Carrie. Sent me some case studies from BigCommerce. That is more like a sales approach, and I do like that approach because your case study, your portfolio is pretty much like you're selling yourself. So I do like this approach. But this one allows me to talk about excuse me, talk about the company, the client. So give people some context and some background. Whereas I might not be able to put that here. I mean, maybe I could shorten this here but I wanted my overview to tell exact everything. Like to get, so if people don't want to read the whole thing, at least they can read this to get a feel for what I did during the project. That's why I have this overview that's not just one sentence or anything like that, but it tells the whole story. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I might play around with those to see which one, test them between people and see which ones they like. And I started putting in Webflow, and this is what it looks like. So it looks pretty decent, you know. So it looks pretty good. I didn't do like the font or anything yet. So when I do the font, like this is gonna be a much larger font, so it'll keep this space, and this is probably not gonna change too much. But yeah, it's looking good so far. But I'll go ahead and show you my full page. First, I'll show you the whole layout. So found this on the site talking about how to make design case studies, and I basically copied the format for my own. So follows a nice little format here. But zooming in here, all right, get rid of that. All right, here we go. So yeah, first part just tells about the company, and then a little preview. You can click this and it'll enlarge so you can see a larger one. Overview, tools, and timeline. And then the project brief so you can know more context about the actual project. So I was thinking about either having this here like that, or I think, yeah, or having like a serif font. I do like the serif font as a, you know, as the titles, the headers, the big headers. Does pop out a lot more, but it is more consistent if I use the same font for everything. So I don't know. I play around with that as well. But yeah, for this part, it has like a color background and it has a picture in there. So I wanted to use the different pictures from Quell, and maybe even parallax it. So as you scroll down the page, the background is moving one way and the page is moving the other, just to give that little depth effect and still have my my desire for 3D stuff, even though it's not really 3D, but So yeah, I got to fix the spacing here, but just to get the idea, this is going to be like illustrations or something like that. Should get rid of these bullets. I really like this font. I found a font, I talked about it before, called Jost. It's like a modern day Futura. And it looks pretty good. Very readable, very diverse, or very versatile. But those bullets were not it. They were way too small. But yeah, overall, I do think this font is pretty good. So each section is pretty set out. I have large borders in between. I think I'm going to keep this as the hover effect as I had in my last one. So when you hover over this, it'll have some information about the people, that proto persona. That's why I have it left out here. Um, and then I was thinking to have this effect. So every picture will pop out, kind of like have a pop out 3D effect. But just like so sort of using the shadows that I had before, but in a more modern standpoint. So it's not distracting, but it is clear that this is something different, right? And hopefully my goal here is to encourage people to click it, because when they click it, it'll expand out. And the reason I want that is because I noticed that with a lot of portfolios, they have images, and a lot of times people want those images to be clickable so that they could be so they can expand, but you don't know which ones are clickable. So some people have like images that are clickable, some people don't, but either way those images are just there on the page. It's very flat, and you have no idea if you can actually click that. So I want to create some type of effect that shows, hey, this is clickable, you can expand it. So it might be this, I might change it, we'll see, but either way, it'll the shadow or the effect will reflect that section, so it all flows together. And this part I have to completely reimagine. I don't know what I'm going to do here. Probably another illustration, but the point here was to show, like, these are always going to be links, where you can see more information. um, so my instructor mentioned that I should probably, instead of, because these lead to my Notion, which has much more detail of everything written down. So he was saying that it would probably be better to put everything on the same page or on the same website. So when they click this, they go on another page on my website, or maybe it can even open up like an accordion type of thing, and it has a bunch of details. But either way, it needs to be on the same page, because that will show that I am not trying to force people to go over here. Or he said, some people might think I'm lazy for not wanting to redo the whole thing on a different page, which I am. I think that makes sense, but trying to get a job here, so I don't want to come off as I'm trying to cut corners or anything like that. Just trying to be efficient, but so I'm gonna put this in a different page, or I think actually I might do the accordion thing, because that does bring a good point to number one. Um, Page like SEO optimization. So people are searching for me, or or just searching for design stuff in general. All the content I have on my page will help to rank it higher in Google, hopefully. And at the same time, when people are actually on my page and they do want to see more, they don't have to go to another page. It'll just open up, and then it'll be a big X at the top so they can close it again or whatever. But I think that does make a better experience. But anyways, so this part, I had a big rainbow thing here, but it was like a little bit too distracting. So gonna reduce that space and just have this here. So this is, my design principles. So you hover over one, and then the middle part will show up, like the more information about that design principle. So that way people are encouraged to, explore a little bit, and it breaks up the text some more, a little bit, something different. Then my storyboard. I think it's lagging right now. I don't know why. The next section. So yeah, overall, I think you see where I'm going here now. Everything is a lot more streamlined. And you can see what I mean here with the shadow effect. It pops out a lot more here. Why is it so slow? Probably have too many tabs. I always have too many tabs. I don't know. But yeah, that's basically it though. We can go to the end here. We can finish this up. Come on. It's really hot. Like, I had my hoodie on because it's cold inside, on our AC and stuff like that. And it was like mad shady when I came out here, and I was just like, the sun just be like, and now I'm sweating. But yeah, I think it looks good overall, and I'm excited to make it all work in Webflow. I've just been trying to figure out how to use Webflow efficiently. I've been worried about the like in order to do Webflow really well, you have to have a good understanding of how Flexbox work, and uh and the how they use their grid, their containers, their divs, and all that stuff. I used to know that stuff a little bit when I was learning code, but it's been a long time. It's been a couple years since I've really touched that stuff. So it's taking a little bit more time to figure it all out. But as you saw before, it was looking pretty good. So I think it'll be think I'll be able to pull it off. But yeah, overall, I think it's some good stuff here. I'm gonna keep my little effect here. But yeah, that is it. And I would love to know what you think. As always, thank you for watching. Keeping it short and sweet. I'll try to do these more often, like I'm supposed to be doing. I still gotta talk about design of everyday things, um, but we'll see where that goes. Hopefully, this is not lagging as bad as it is when I finish this. So, ooh, this is not looking good. But anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.